Hey, welcome in, everyone, to another edition of the NFL.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ted Hendricks making his presence felt.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And the pressure gets to him again. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, Dickerson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. Successful toss play to the right there. It's interesting. Teams seem to run the toss a lot more to the right than to the left.
It's usually a little more natural. Right-handed quarterback, typically your power side running the ball is to the right side when you're guarding your tackle. In college football, they used to call it student body right because you had everyone on that side, including a fullback leading. In the pros, they don't call it that, but it's still the same result. And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it? And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. This is taken at the 15. One quarter down, 8-0 to score. They'll run on first down. Dickerson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for second down. Off the bootleg. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. Third down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing is Jackson. Flush to his right. Got a man. It's Randy Moss, complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. They run the counter. Dickerson, and he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Mahomes going to throw, and he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Lawrence Taylor picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, every now and then you just absolutely outguess yourself. Third and inches, and they decide not to run the ball. You end up seeing the end result.
The end result was not good. They elect to pass, and it backfires. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To throw, it's Mahomes. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. From 8 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Yeah, touchdown. I love it. Now it's only a 2-point game. I know it's the first half, but you got to think Go for 2. Tie it up. Go into the locker room. What are you doing? Come on.
You're bold. You're bold.
It's real easy to be bold sitting up here rather than
right?
down there and making that decision.
We don't have to make those decisions. Either way, little time left on the clock here in the second quarter. We'll see how this all plays out. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And what do you think's going through his head right now? Your team's winning, but you're not having your best game. That probably affects you even when your team is up.
You don't want anyone else to know it, but I think you're right. It bothers a quarterback because they always want to be the one to lead their team to victory with their play as well as their words. And in this case, he's got something he can fall back on. He's contributed, yet at the same time he's thrown an interception. Got to remember the bottom line, though. They're winning. So he knows if he plays better, they might be winning by more.
And it's only the second quarter, so he's got some time. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. Randy Moss, 65 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. The Packers keeping the offense out there now as they'll go for 2. Jackson from the shotgun, sliding out of the pocket. And he will get into the end zone, and it's now a 2-score game as the lead moves to 9. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Football going back over to the New England Patriots, who, as we discussed earlier, haven't had the smoothest of roads this year. But, you know, we talked about it. They're back in the playoffs for the 11th straight season. And I mentioned that Tom Brady and people doubting him late, and here we go again. But I will say, and if you disagree, this year feels a little different, doesn't it? I don't know that they have that same power. I
want to disagree in a big way because we've seen this so many different times. Remember, 10th straight season with 11 or more wins, and there's always doubters. I think you're actually onto something. This slump on offense that we saw, really starting with the Baltimore game. Remember, they were 8-0 up until Baltimore. Then they hit a stretch, counting the Baltimore game, where they went 3-3 and really struggled to score. I think you're right about it. They've never looked more vulnerable. And at the same time, I can't believe I just said that. Because if there's anything the Patriots have done and proven to us over the years, doubt us if you want to. We usually end up in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't want to play both sides of the fence, but I'm going to. I still wouldn't be shocked if they won the Super Bowl whatsoever, but it does feel a little different this season.
If they do win the Super Bowl, it will be done a different way. And then we'll be talking about how great they are one more time. But I do think that this is the year. If you want the Patriots, this is the year to go get them.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, you got 3 down, 3 down.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long. Final play of the half here, it's Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. This one taken from the 7. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Out comes Randy Moss and company as they take the field. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, let's get back to the playoff picture. We talked about the AFC. Let's look at the NFC. That race starting to come into focus. We know most of the teams. Seahawks, 49ers, Saints, and Packers all in. Vikings in good shape. How do you handicap this race? It seems like anyone can beat anyone.
I think you're spot on, because if you were going into the playoffs with these teams that we're going to talk about, who would you make the absolute favorite? It could be anyone, right? It could be Seattle. It could be San Francisco. It could be New Orleans. I know Minnesota's probably going to come in as a wild card. Green Bay will come in as a division champ, it looks like. But bottom line,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bruce Smith brings the heat, gets the sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Here we go on fourth down with Jackson. Got a man, it's Randy Moss. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. Randy Moss, 78 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Fielded at the 33. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. On first down, Dickerson. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Escaping the press, and the Packers are in for the score.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Yellow.
drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We're back now in KC. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pulled in at the 24. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes Randy Moss and company as they take the field. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throw left side complete. It's Holt. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Forced out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Holt. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 25-yard line.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
But right now, maybe they're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Mike, focus, defense, focus.
From the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better.
Yeah. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's going to go down again. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Mahomes Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on fourth. Mahomes going to go on fourth down. He's going to let it fly into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. They'll run on first down. Dickerson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Hey, it's the coach at our Tiburon Studios in Orlando.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. They were looking for Johnson that time. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Dickerson. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, Dickerson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 3 plays, all resulting in 3-yard carries to bring up 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Sacked there by Bruce Smith. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offense.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe their whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've got touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. 34 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Seahawks back onto the field here, getting set for their next drive. You know, this is a team that, great record this year, double digits and wins again, but they have played a lot of close games in 2019, haven't they?
They think it's character building, and they think it's going to serve them well come the cauldron of the playoffs. That when you play those intense games, those close games,